John Sevier students may have noticed the student teachers in their classrooms. Students have different opinions on student teachers.
I think they're okay. I have a student teacher currently. Her name is Miss Thompson, and she's an okay person.
I think it's good in the classroom because all our teachers really need some help.
Do students find it easier or harder to learn with a student teacher around?
Sometimes easier and harder because sometimes they can be really distracting, but sometimes they can be really helpful.
I don't really see a difference because they teach us the same way, and because they base off the teacher that you had before the student teacher came in, so it's basically the same.
Students sometimes find it easier to get help with the student teacher.
It's easier because we have an extra adult around.
How do teachers feel about the student teachers in their classrooms?
It's been great to have Miss Whitson in the classroom. It's always nice to have an extra set of helping hands. She's been wonderful interacting with the students. It's also a challenge, though, to the mentor teacher. I'm always evaluating every lesson that I'm going to teach in front of her and the way that I interact with the kids. I evaluate my discipline system. It just, keeps you on your toes.
Most students like having student teachers around.
The students seem to really enjoy and are just loving Miss Black. And again, I think it's because she is a really solid with her background knowledge and just has great relationships with students. So it's been a positive experience.
All of the classes in 7th grade have been open to Miss Whitson's instruction. They've enjoyed having her here. And, they've been typical middle schoolers.
What do student teachers actually do?
When they first arrive, they have a period, usually about 2 weeks, where they just strictly observe. They don't have any responsibilities in the classroom at all except just to journal and reflect on what they see here. And then usually there's a time when you ease them into, maybe taking attendance, monitoring some discipline, interacting with small groups. Eventually they work their way up to where they have to basically write lessons for and teach an entire unit consecutively.
The mentor teachers at Sevier always have useful advice for their student teachers.
My advice is always just that the number one thing you can do to be a great teacher is just build good relationships with students. And I always feel like the content will come after that. So just going in and knowing you're going to make some mistakes, but just learning from them and just knowing that if you build relationships with your students, you can take them.
The student teachers have enjoyed their time at Sevier so far.
I love being a student teacher. I came to Sevier in February, and Sevier has just welcomed me with open arms. Mrs. Gorley has taught me how to be the most amazing language arts teacher, and I hope I can implement a lot of what I've learned in my own classroom one day.
I really do enjoy student teaching. I really like working with the students, and we've got a really good team in social studies, and we work well together.
Being a student and a teacher at the same time can be difficult.
It is hard because I have to teach here all day, and then I go straight from here to Milligan, where I go to class all night. And then when I finally go home, I'm writing lesson plans and I'm doing homework. So I'm constantly on the go and I'm constantly doing work. And it's kind of frustrating sometimes because it is a lot of hard work, and you don't get paid for it.
There are some aspects of it that are difficult. Being with the students all day, that's easy. I enjoy working with students. A lot of the things that I have to do behind the scenes at the university are a little more difficult, but I would say it's challenging, but in a good way.
Sevier Middle has made a positive impression on student teachers.
Oh, I love this school. Everyone has been wonderful. Like I said, the team here at Social Studies has been great, and they've included me. In fact, the whole 7th grade floor. It's really a great school.
I have just fallen in love with all of my students and all of my classes. I've been blessed with some amazing classes with some really smart kids. And then Mrs. Gorley is just such a phenomenal mentor teacher. Like I said, I just really hope I can emulate her when I have my own classroom.
Reporting for SSN, this has been Alison, Logan, and Elizabeth.